What's up? That's right. What's up? Yep. Put me in this motherfucking room. Where's Phil? Where's Phil? Where's Phil? I got to put a shirt on real quick. I'm not ready. Hold on.
Ooh. Maybe we get some views up. You go shirtless. And Phil's gonna be last. Shocking.
Damn, I was gonna say I'm not first, damn it.
No, but hey, Sean went to go get his shirt on. So when he comes back, Phil, just be like, "What, yo, dude? What's up? We're waiting."
And I hope this feed stays good. I don't know if I get choppy.
I'm hardwired now, so we're good.
I'm on Super 8 hotel internet, so
hopefully we don't super hate it.
Oh, I see what you did
till he gets
there.
Wait till he gets on the mic. Oh, that's a cool shirt he's got.
Look at him instigating shit.
Right here, Jay. I can hear you, dick.
Just wait till Phil gets on, and then when Phil gets on.
Louder like you want me to hear.
But yeah, anyway, so what did you say? 6:30? You want to start now? Oh wait. Oh, I guess we have. Never mind. Somebody's still doing some shit. Did I hear this right? Did somebody say at one of the protests people were carrying black people MAGA signs? Black people make America great again. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they were the black Republicans for Trump or something. So.
Well, I mean, but you get it, right? How they could take it back. Black people MAGA. Black people make America great. Like black people make America great again.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I'll be honest with you. When that started, Phil, I was like, "Oh God, oh God." And it's Black History Month. What?
Oh shit! I mean, we didn't get leap year this year, but we're happy. We're excited.
I'm black on black.
Boom.
Hoity-toity. Phil wanted to know if you were ready, Sean.
I think you wanted to see if Phil wanted to know if I was ready.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless podcast. This will be for Wednesday, February 3rd. As always, I am one of the hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth. And as always, we have the mechanable Sean McCann.
I got to fight with this cat, I think. Nice to be here.
You do that while I introduce the Coco co-host, Manny Rojas Martin.
Hola to the fans in the world and to me amigos. What's going on, buddies? Good to be here.
And today, again, second time, Responsa Phil.
Oh, I like that name.
AKA Phil Fox. AKA
Rocky Phil Fox Raccoon checked into his room only to find Gideon's Bible.
God.
It's upside down. I think that's Antichrist.
It'll show up. It'll show right on.
All right, we got so much to go on. Okay, so the first thing.
I'm sorry. I just was thinking about that time when we were in the car with Manny.
Oh, and I was fucking terrified when Phil was like,
"You want to tell the story really quick?"
Yeah. So, it was Halloween weekend. It was in Richland,
God.
and we went ghost hunting for the annual HollingsWorthless Halloween episode. So we go to this weird hill that's supposed to be an upward incline, but it's supposed to you're supposed to roll up it. It's weird. If you just put the car in neutral.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's just so crazy that it happens.
Yeah. And we by the way, that was we left Richland. That was what was it, 3 hours to get out to this stupid fucking thing?
Maybe an hour. It wasn't that long.
We drove an hour and a half out of our way.
Yeah. And we're talking backwoods,
yes,
it's just
remember the barn, the abandoned barn, dude.
So there was
a school too that we tried, used to be some school that was fucking kids died in a fire there or some shit.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So I ended up being the designated driver as always, and so we're going, and all of a sudden, we're playing, I think, the Omen music or The Exorcist. And then Phil's screaming in the back. He's like, "Take me, Satan." And he's like, "Oh, no, Satan." And I'm just like, dude, stop. Because it's fucking dark as shit in the background.
Bring us to your underworld.
Yeah. And I was terrified, man. And then even to I shouldn't have done this, but I turned off my lights.
That was terrifying.
That was fucking terrifying. and we're just sitting in the middle of like nowhere in the fucking dark, and Phil's just like asking Satan to like enter him. It was the worst.
Look at
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean's like "Pff, white people.
Yeah.
All right.
Good episode though. Go check it out.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's I think that was part of the
it is.
comedy.
And then
okay.
it should have the Comedy Underground on it as another
Comedy
portion of it.
pop-ups on
Yeah.
that. Okay. So big news. GameStop stock, stocks in general, but GameStop, and then we'll get into some other ones. So for those, and Sean, I'm going to have you explain, you or Manny, because you two will probably be able to explain it better than me or Phil. But in the news, GameStop stock has gone through the roof. Yeah, stonks.
If they're calling it stonks.
Hold.
Hold.
And there's been all kinds of talk on Reddit and hedge funds and everything. So Sean or Manny, do you want to quickly, or as best you can, quickly explain what's going on?
I think Sean knows a little bit. I read the actual article that you
Sean's
just
eyebrows just went to the back of his head.
Okay, well, from I mean, just in general, for I guess people who don't really follow stocks, for years, hedge fund managers have been able to manipulate stock prices and do things that really don't seem fair per se. And now it's the little man who's actually manipulating the prices and actually making, shit happen in the stock market. And I love it, because it's like, just because you have money doesn't mean that you get to make all the fucking rules. It's cool to really see the little man actually dominate. But what I actually saw today from Jay's post was that these hedge fund managers can trade back and forth the shares that they have to keep the price low and not on an incline, which it should go. So right now, by Friday, what we should see, for those of you watching this, you should see it go up to, they're estimating $1,000 per share. So if you had bought this per se in December, when it was like $9 a share, you're gonna be fucking wealthy. I feel bad for that kid whose mom actually bought him stock and he already sold it and made $3,200, because buddy, you probably would have made close to 300,000
man,
on that. So it's just, that's why people are saying hold, wait it out, because right now what you're seeing is these hedge fund managers that are able to trade back and forth to keep it low because they're selling at the low price, but they don't have any new shares. They're just trading back and forth.
That's
and once
the key.
that all falls apart, then you're going to see this huge incline. And so if you're with Nokia, you're with AMC, stay with it right now, because what we're going to see is an upward trend. So that's my understanding of it.
Well, I
I'll
mean,
let
shit.
Sean-
If you said it goes up to
Thank God,
1,000,
GameStop.
GameStop's at like $200 some today, so or 150 or something like
that's
that.
down.
That's down.
I
from
know. I'm
300,
saying. So I
yeah.
mean, people could still get in on it if they wanted to.
Which
yeah.
I did today. Also, can and I can do my attempt at it, or if one of you, Sean or Manny, explain what has happened with the hedge funds, like they're taking stock and then trying to how this all
Shorting it.
happened.
Yeah, so they find these so they're calling these meme stocks now, because these are all companies that should be going out of business, that are just like, they're not making any money, they're not worth anything. GameStop, Nokia, BlackBerry,
AMC.
So what they're doing is, and I'm learning this still, but these hedge funds are shorting these stocks. So they're betting against the odds. So what they do is they go like this: is the stock price is worth $10, and
they already own it.
They think it's going to be worth less. So what they do is they go borrow a bunch of stock and say, hey, let me borrow a whole bunch of this stock at the $10 or $9, let's say. And they think it's going to go lower. So then if it goes down to $4, they get to recoup that 4 in between. And then the person in the middle gets their $1. Well, right. And so you have to think too, is there's a finite number of stocks until they do this thing called short laddering, which is a whole nother thing where they make counterfeit stocks for a little bit. You have 100 stocks of real stocks that all get traded, and before there's like an accounting of that, in those split seconds as things are moving around, you make these 100 counterfeit ones take their spot and sell those real quick. But then it's almost a Ponzi scheme, because you're using,
Sounds like some Jordan Belfort bullshit.
Yeah. Well, you're not, doesn't exist. You're saying it does exist and giving it value. But anyways, like you guys are saying though. So the reason we're all holding, yeah, is it's all about the price, but really it's what it's about is like Manny was saying, is that we have taken all these shares out of circulation and they have shorted all of these shares. And there's interest that they're paying on right now that's very expensive because they don't want to pay this high price. Well, dude, if we keep it up past I just blew something, which we're going to get to. But if they keep the numbers up past $5 a share, it's ruining the short. And so then what ends up happening is that all the money starts to skyrocket because all of the people holding these shares are saying, no, we're not going to sell it to you unless you give me $500 per share. And then they have to pay for it because they've got billions on the line, or they go bankrupt and out of business and whatever else. So,
and I'll say this. So this was a great example of kind of what you're seeing. So let's say, for instance, Jay borrows Sean's Grand Theft Auto 5, okay? And because he knows the GameStop is going to buy it for $10, but Jay's guessing that next week they'll be selling it at $5. He's going to sell to GameStop for 10, right? So planning on buying it back for 5 and giving his friend the game back, pocketing the difference. Only problem is someone else bought the game back before he could go and buy it. In fact, they bought them all.
All of them, right?
All of them, right?
Yes.
With the game becoming more popular, the selling price goes up to 15, then 25, etc. Then your friend is asking for his game back, right? Now,
which is this Friday.
Yeah. And now he has no choice but to buy it back at the higher price of the, 15, 25, etc. And now he's out of pocket by an extra $15. So
yeah,
I don't know if that...
And then you keep holding and holding, but then all of a sudden, like with GameStop, it hits up to like $900 a share or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then it just takes a sharp decline because everybody was like, dude, I want $1,000 a share, but before everybody else wants $1,000 a share, I'm going to dip out at 950. And they're like, I'm a genius. Well, yeah, genius, you and everybody else had that same thought and all dipped out. Yeah. So now you just got to plan your out. So dude, so Jay,
what happens if the government though gets involved with all this? And they say we can't we're not going to allow any more trading on these stocks.
Then hedge fund businesses, they've already go out of business.
Yeah, because they still have to owe for those at whatever it's at this moment. So because I mean, as fucked as this may seem, we're just doing what hedge funds have been doing forever. We're just doing it to the hedge funds rather than doing it to a business. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so if let's say the government said, hey, you know what? This is a fucked thing. We should never have allowed this. So no longer allow it. Okay, cool. Well, the stock right now, GameStop right now, let's say it's at 150. And what they were shorting it at was like, let's say $20. Oh, okay. So every one of those shares now, hedge funds, you owe $130 on every one of those shares. So go ahead, pay up, buddy.
It is, I mean, here's something that's very telling about it, though. You have Ilhan Omar, AOC, and people like Ted Cruz who are all for, the little man and supporting them right now. So both sides apparently appear to be on the side of, us, So we'll
I
see
think it's
how long that
backwards, right? Yeah, it's that Ted Cruz and AOC agree that this needs to be stopped. And that's what's unfortunate. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves.
No, yeah. So okay.
While he's doing that, another thing I saw that another thing I saw, or are you good, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay, come back in while it's in your head.
Yeah. So they, for some reason, and it's weird, obviously, because Cruz is a Republican, AOC is a Democrat. What's really weird is that AOC is actually like a socialist leaning Democrat who's about the people. And she's against this. Ted Cruz, obvious reasons. These are his people. He's in Texas. That's a thing to think about. The thing that bothers me is the people that are like the AOCs. They're just uneducated. She's ignorant. She doesn't get it. She doesn't understand it. Everything's completely legal. And so the question is, well, should it be? You're manipulating the stock market. Well, so are futures. Right. So are hedge funds. So are all these things. I mean, dude, we all know people back in 2008 that lost their asses because these clowns inflated everything. Well, guess what? It's your money. We're taking it from you. We're not taking it from the public. Then I have a buddy who says, well, you're dipping into my retirement plan. My response was, well, then buy some stock. But I was also like, then the people who are handling your money are doing it in a dirty way that one way or another would get found out.
Yeah.
It just happens to be today. And
it does look like AOC and Ted Cruz are all about bringing Robinhood to to have hearings on it for freezing the trades a few weeks ago. So it sounds like they felt like the consumer, like we were fucked over.
No. Hold on though. But there is a piece before. You have to look at her tweet when Ted Cruz says, "I completely agree," and she says, "I'm glad you do, but I'm not going to work with you because I'm scared of you."
Yeah,
and
you tried to kill me.
Tried to get me to get killed the other day.
Yeah.
So I'll work with somebody else, and that was all around. She was saying something about that this has to be stopped.
I'm not sure about that. I'll double check. I'll double check it.
Fight.
So
along
Fight
with
to the death.
Yeah, Manny mentioned Robinhood. So what was happening was when this stock was, everybody was like, buy GameStop stock, buy GME. We'll just say GME because that's their stock market code or whatever
symbol.
Yeah, thank you. Everybody's like, buy GME. Well, Robinhood did not let anybody buy GME. They would let them sell, which would then help the hedge funds. So that's where people are like, fuck Robinhood. They're pieces of shit. Now, I don't know enough to be like, well, it was a business related thing. And it was something that they've said it was like they didn't have enough. What was it?
The underwriters couldn't cover it.
Yeah. But, and I go through Schwab for all my stock stuff. So, I'll say one other thing, then I'll kind of give a big reveal of why we're talking so much about this. So a thing I saw the other day or recently, God damn it. Now I think I forgot it. Fuck. I think I forgot the whole fucking thing. It was about, I think with them, like making the stock look like it's
worthless.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot.
HollingsWorthless.
Sorry, dude. I'll stop. So because I think I was talking over Phil, so I'll stop and let Phil go first.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Go ahead.
Good. Yeah. He said worthless because this is the HollingsWorthless, just like what you said, Sean. It was worthless too. You worthless piece of shit.
I gotta love it. I gotta fucking. It was a good save.
Oh god damn, that was a good save. Oh man.
But ultimately, this is it's just new territory. And in all honesty, I mean the Dow went up another 300-400 points today. So I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing that these people are getting in and buying stocks. That's the one thing.
Whoa, Manny.
Go for it.
These people.
Oh, sorry, white people.
We should PC. Oh, thank you. Okay. I just want to be clear on that.
No, but the thing that's always interesting to me is, we just were never really educated growing up on stocks. I think maybe in high school I had a teacher who talked about it once, and I was like, oh, okay, that seems interesting, but you just never really know how to get into it. And there is this thing in America where if you have money, you can make money. And then you've got people like us who just work regular jobs.
I just remembered. Sorry, keep going.
No,
I'm writing it down. Right. Keep going, man. I'm writing it down.
And there's basically, people like us who just work regular jobs, and we don't have that extra income to be able to throw money into the stock, and buy things when it's low. And then, I remember when Bank of America, their stock was tanking, and somebody went in and bought probably I want to say couple hundred shares and literally ended up making 20 to 50,000 off of it. And I'm just like, damn, if I had that kind of money,
that's
I'd be sitting pretty. Yeah.
It's like going to Vegas, man. You got to go over to the $10 machines and throw it in.
Exactly.
So, what's so crazy?
Crazy that you say that, Sean, is when I was 21, I supported myself for a year by playing poker. And I remember my mom used to always be like, oh, gambling, you shouldn't gamble. Your dad gambles and this and that. And I'm like, you play the stocks, don't you? Oh, that's different, Jason. Is it?
Yeah, there it is. I was waiting for it.
Is it
get
different?
My own face there.
Wait. In all fairness to mom had some good retirement. She had the good shit.
Yeah. So it worked.
She had a full house.
Yeah. Boom.
So fucking hates it. But now she's drawing dead. Oh,
Oh,
God
you
damn
just had
it.
to.
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Oh, that's
Jesus.
terrible.
That was for Phil.
Wait, Sean, did I ever tell you what Jay and Kane said when my dad died?
Oh,
Oh
no,
my
what?
God, yeah. So I called him.
I
and,
think actually I do know this.
yeah,
but
I
this
didn't
is-
know
do
that
it.
happened.
Oh yeah, dude, it was so good, right? So
That he called us? Yeah, he called us.
yeah. so Phil, check this out. I call him and I'm like, Jay's like, hey man, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh man, don't even worry about it. And he's like, Kane's here. He said sorry to hear about your dad. And I was like, oh man, how's Kane doing? And they both were like, better than your dad.
Oh yeah, boy. I love that
It was
shit.
so good.
Fuck yeah.
Now, I was going to say what I remembered reading. I don't think I messaged you guys. We have like, a group chat, but so as the stock is dropping and everybody so let me give you a little back. So there's Reddit groups, there's Wall Street Bets and Wall Street Bets New. There's also another one, but people are in there. Another reason they call it meme stocks is because there's all these memes where people are quoting movies like hold, and we're not going anywhere from Wolf of Wall Street. And like everybody keeps referring to themselves as apes from Planet of the Apes. And there's like apes smart, and apes not selling. And they talk like they're Planet of the Apes. But
It's like they're embracing that everybody's stupid about this
Yeah.
and we're gonna win.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm in the Reddit thing, and this one dude posted a graph. He was saying everybody that's freaking out that it's dropping right now, he's like, hold, let me show you something. And he showed he's saying that these hedge funds are fucking the numbers, or making it, they're trying to intimidate us and scare us. But if you look at the actual shares sold and bought,
Yeah.
that's where he's like, this will show you that just fucking hold on to your shit.
Because
And
it's nothing. There was no volume because they're just moving that stuff around.
Yes.
There was now, dude, there's in after hours, there's 7.82 million shares moving around that bitch.
Which one, GME or AMC?
That's an AMC. But dude, will you please say the thing so we can have
Okay,
like
so
wait. Can I show this? Is this is the graph you're talking
Oh yeah,
about,
yeah.
right?
It's not, but that's also an interesting. Explain what that is.
Is that AMC for like a
AMC and GME?
Oh, okay. Oh, really? They're doing the same shit.
Exactly the same.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, so the reason we're spending so much time talking on this is, Sean and I started talking about this, and then Phil got involved, and then Manny pussed out. But we all have bought stock now.
The only smart one here.
Yeah, exactly. The actual one that has financial fucking knowledge.
My 401k has like 150,000 in it right now. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Weird
fine.
flex.
Oh my
And dude, a 401k. Yeah, I don't know. What
I'm
that
sure
is.
it'll tank at some point.
Well, so we all have, like, we were all talking about it, and we were like, dude, let's all get involved, whatever you can do. So I've now purchased, I think I have I think I bought more of AMC. And we're gonna
right here, people. That's what
we're gonna
do.
go over all the numbers, and we're gonna be 100% transparent, tell you if we lost our ass, if we won. And also, this is all money that we all were like, only go into this if you're like, if I lose all of this, I'm gonna be okay with it. I'm not gonna be fucking homeless or lose my car. So
Also, I don't know if we have to do a disclaimer or not, but just so people remember, we are not financial investor,
Correct.
guidance
Yeah.
counselor people.
I mean, Manny is,
whatever.
but-
We don't even know what to call it.
That's true.
We didn't even know what to call it just
exactly.
there.
No,
So we're not that.
that's how
thing.
stupid I am.
Well, who's our lawyer
We can't
guy?
offer
Isn't
any-
that
we
Sean?
can't offer
Isn't
any-
that-
Oh, yeah,
lawyer
I'm
Sean.
the lawyer Sean. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
lawyer
I'm the
Sean.
lawyer.
You want to
Go
take
ahead,
over?
go ahead and disclaim it.
You ready? Okay, so and equals illegal, and we don't have a responsible. .com.
If your erection lasts 4 hours or more, please contact. What the fuck is that in
That is
there?
not included.
Hey, but here, real quick, before you start, Jay.
Yep.
So let's just set this table, though. So you're about to say all this stuff, but just know what this is about is we're going to take you on the journey, episode to episode, and we're also talking that because probably something you might bring up here or not, we're probably going to we might do an episode towards this weekend, maybe like Friday, to talk about an important milestone.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yes.
So take the journey. That's why we're doing this too. It's going to be fun to
This
take the
is a
journey.
I'm gonna be jealous
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
fuck,
I'm
by the
saying-
way. So I'm gonna be the poor friend. But
It's
go
going to be
ahead,
fun because we're going to lose our asses, though.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I have. We are going to tell you what we have and what we're down or up at the moment.
What
so
we bought in with, right? Okay.
yeah, as of right now, I have And I'm only talking about the stocks that we've been talking about. I'm not.
We'll see what you bought in first.
He's
and
not
then
going to
see
go
what
into his
you're
like
at.
his Tesla
I'm
and
not
his
gonna,
Amazon stock and all that shit.
Google,
Yeah.
Apple, all that, that's cool.
Idiot.
So AMC, I have a total of 548 shares
Holy fuck.
of AMC.
Wait. How much did you buy in it?
I bought
So
in at
many.
different times more and
Okay,
more.
okay.
So dollar wise, I originally, so this is how much I have in AMC, was $4,285. It's currently, I'm down $1,226.56. And the thing is, I bought in those 548 shares of AMC. I bought them at different times. So at one time, I think I bought at $13. Another time was at like $14. Then I got more shares at like $8, I think.
Oh yeah.
Right
Nice.
now it's at $7.82. So I have, let's go over, we'll do them, which ones we have. So for AMC, I have 548 shares. I'm currently down $1,200. How many do you have, Sean?
I have, yeah. So for AMC, which is the only one I'm playing, is AMC playing. It's like it is. It's like what do they call it? Thing you go to 7-Eleven and there's that screen up there.
Right.
You pick the numbers.
Yeah.
So I
Keno,
have
Keno.
Keno. Yeah. I have 146 shares
Nice.
of AMC.
AMC.
I
So
remember back when I had that little.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wait
Okay,
till I
cool.
go.
Just like
So first off,
the next one, I have 10,000 shares of AMC.
I am buying so many. Actually, but the price is $7.82 now.
Mhm.
I'm actually gonna try to get some there tomorrow because I should have today. I just didn't.
I
But
did when it got to 8. I put a market a limit on if it gets to $8. I said buy like whatever amount. And
Shit.
can I also say one other thing?
Mhm.
For me specifically, know that I would purchase these stocks with after selling my other stocks. It wasn't like I just fucking go,
Shut
let me
the
just take.
Fuck, this sounds worse. I
Yeah.
would have just
It
left
does.
it in there.
You know
It
what I'm
sounds
trying
worse.
to say, but
I know what you're trying to say.
as I'm saying it. What I meant is like I didn't just have like $4,000 just in my wallet, and I go, let me go fucking.
Yeah, instead what I did is I called up my money manager and I drove over in my fucking Maybach and they moved some piece of my portfolio around. Hey.
All right, white Jay-Z.
Hey, audience, you get it.
All right, so keep going, Sean. Sorry, you have.
So yeah, I have 146 shares and 2,000. I've put 2,000 straight up into AMC and I'm at an $861 loss so far.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, and I feel great about it. I feel right where I
Holy
bought in
shit.
these at 2 different times, and they're really close because I got 72.57 shares out of one and 72.99 shares out of the other. So
Nice.
the price was right around 13.70,
Yeah.
something like that. But now it's at 7.82. 13 was good, by the way, because the day started out at 17.56 or something like that.
There you go.
So I'm still in a good spot, I think, and I'll buy some more tomorrow. And
How
I
about
think
you,
it's
Phil?
good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
I put in every dollar I own. I have no more money.
So Phil has one share at
I could borrow
782.
half of that.
Yeah. No, what's your total, Phil?
Okay, so I have of
And you
AMC.
diversified a little bit, right?
I bought 2 different stocks, but I have a 12 whole shares of AMC.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
I put in 145 total dollars into AMC, and because I'm just not so sure that things are always going to
That's
work
fine.
out.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be a little more sensible. Now, when you guys make your thousands and I make a couple hundred, I'm going to be pissed. But currently, I've
Dude,
lost.
If this works, Jay's going to the fucking moon. That's moon
Yeah,
money right there. That's
seriously.
moon money. Yeah.
I've lost $51 so far of that 145
Dude, I had
invested.
I had Brazilian grill last night. It was $51. So I mean,
let's see.
There you go.
You see,
There you go.
yeah. Now the real Jay comes out. It only took like what 12 or 13 of these new episodes.
And then
got there.
I put $100 into Nokia. That equals almost 22 shares
Jeez,
of
isn't that
Nokia,
crazy?
and I've only lost $1.09.
Nice.
So That one has really kind of just stayed the same, but apparently from everything, really, I should be more informed. Everything I'm learning about this stuff is pretty much everything that these guys have texted me in our group chat. I also have a couple other friends that are kind of playing around with this whole thing too, so they kind of keep me updated. But I really haven't done any of my own research, as I probably should.
Just listening to two dipshits that are getting their information from Reddit.
A bunch of dipshits.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, yeah, it's speculation, man. It's who knows.
Well,
dude, I'm stoked on just being a part of it. I like just that you can talk about it, that I have, I'm watching stuff. I'm just showing something on the video, but I'm watching things throughout the day to watch it fluctuate. I think tomorrow's going to be a little more exciting. It'll be Wednesday. I think we'll start.
I agree with you, Sean, on that part, because I think this is the first time ever that there's been anything that's ever happened that's like, oh man, if you could have bought into this one, at Colgate or whatever the fuck way back when, you would have so much money today, or Yahoo or fucking Apple or whatever the fuck. And this is the first time I was like, you know what? People are talking about something that could be big.
Yeah.
It might not be much, but let's just put something in to see. And you're right. You get to feel like you're part of something, part of community, part of I don't know, hopefully the winning fucking team.
Well, dude, what's crazy is maybe you can help me remember, Sean. It might have been about 2 or 3 years ago. Sean and I were just there was nothing going on, so to speak, with stocks that triggered it. But Sean and myself, we both were like, man, I wish I knew like how stocks work and investing and all that shit. And I've learned more in the last fucking week than my whole life combined. And it's like I was telling Sean today, after I bought the GameStop stock I bought today, which I'll get into in a sec, I told him, I was like, now I'm done as far as like, now it's just the sit and cruise control. But I told him before I bought the stocks, I kept watching it and I was waiting for the dip and how far am I going to let it go. And I say, I totally get now when you watch the movies and the guy's like, fucking sell, buy at the dip, hold. Yeah, all that shit. It's exciting.
They didn't have computers before either. Think about that. It was all like, it was literally the screaming and jacket colors and wow.
Buy, hold.
Man, it's cool to think though. It's like this next generation is going to be so much better educated about stocks than we are, and it's going to kind of level the playing field. I mean, right now, I really feel like that's where the rich make all their money, is in the stock market. And it's like us, us
making
little people. We don't have the money to do it. So,
I'll give you some Phil Fox financial advice. The only financial advice I've ever really learned that, I know this should be good.
This is a new segment right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Phil Fox financial
money
friend.
Phil. Yeah. So I am, well, beyond real estate, right? If you're going to do stocks, I've always kind of been told, well, and you guys talked about 401k or Roth IRA, which are both great. And then if you're going to invest in stocks, I've heard of, Vanguard has total index mutual funds, index funds that cover the entire stock market. Every stock in the stock market, you're basically buying just a little piece, and generally that index over a long period of time tends to grow at about twice the rate of inflation every year, or about that. So about 10 to 12%.
Oh, 10 to 12. You're right. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good year, I guess, but even 6%, right? Because is inflation 3? I couldn't remember if inflation's 3. Okay. So maybe even 6, right? You're probably
This is the smartest you have ever sounded in your life, Phil.
Yeah. Why is my head nodding so much?
Right. So
like,
so yeah, I mean, so if you invest in anything and you want to see long-term return and results, then you should smartly invest your money in that. But if you want to play a little riskier game and have a potential for higher profit and return, then you can play individual stocks. But
dude, you know what that felt like? Do you remember Old School when Will Ferrell literally went into the zone and he was like, actually, when this is this, and he's like, oh,
dude, that seems if people saw just that cut out of this, They wouldn't
They'd be like, "Oh,
understand
Phil's
what's
the
happening.
smart one." Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Dude, genius.
Oh god.
fucking our Rain Man over here.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to say, remember back in 2008, right before 2008, I guess a couple years before that. I can't remember the name of the company that was loaning out all of those adjustable rate mortgages.
Yeah.
It was like fucking Westing Farm or something. I don't know. Some
Lehman Brothers or something? Or
no,
like
there was
Enron or-
there was a specific.
Oh yeah, there was
loan company.
Countrywide. Countrywide.
That sounds like one of them.
My
Yeah,
buddy
actually, I think
got
that's what it
wrapped up
was.
in
Yeah,
that.
country.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
the thing. So, dude, I remember when that was happening. I was working like some shit fucking warehouse job, and there was people at that job that were leaving to go to the Midwest to go sell adjustable rate mortgages over the phone, and they told me they were making like $10,000
Yeah.
a month, and I was like, I
Yep.
want to go do that, but I just didn't even think of
Dude, it was
to actually
crazy.
do it.
And that's about the time, I think like a few years prior to that is when I got in at Bank of America, right? And they were the ones who ended up buying Countrywide. If they had waited like another year, they wouldn't have fallen into that the whole, like
Mm.
fucked up mortgages and everything else. But because they did it, that's when their stocks tanked. That's when, everything kind of went to shit for them. But dude, I remember that shit like fondly. People were getting mortgages. I'm like, how did that guy get approved for that shit?
Yeah,
And
and
I mean-
they were called. There was a word for it because it was a no doc. They had no doc.
Subprime,
Yeah.
subprime loans.
Yeah, that's what it was. But they were called no doc situations, so you didn't even have to come with
Mm.
proof of income or anything. And dude, there was a company called Mortgage Avenue, and I can
Mhm.
say it now because they're gone.
Yeah.
But Mortgage Avenue was this place in Seattle that was running this scheme, dude. And it was that they would go to somebody, they would buy their house, they'd put it in somebody else's name, they'd suck all the equity out of it, and then put the people who lived there, they would take it from them and then say, hey, we'll now take a year's worth of your rent, and you
Yeah.
can pay rent out of that. But then after that's done, you lose the house. People would
Jesus.
go in and sign off on this, and they'd get like a $30,000 cut, and then they
Because they don't want to have to be foreclosed on and
grand.
go into bankruptcy.
Right.
Yeah, so
right.
they got
Sad.
thrown into this national net. It was this big, widespread federal net where they, from each state, they were making an example out of people and arresting them. And my buddy got wrapped up in that with like 5 other
Damn.
people, and it was $8.4 million some dollars they had scammed out. And yeah, you can Google all that stuff. But yeah, man, I saw a lot of that going down. I had people around me that were making money off that. I never
Dude.
did it.
That was
And I-
another one I was talking about. I wish I would have, that was one of
Yeah.
those things. Like, I wish I would have, jumped in
over
on
those
that
people.
at the time.
Yeah.
why not?
Yay.
But the crazy thing for me is like, I'm so conservative with like money where it's like my risk tolerance really isn't as big as you guys. And it's like, I think one is probably being married, where it's like, okay, my money isn't just my money. But at the
True.
same time, I am going to be like, I'm gonna be in that boat of Phil, right? Where it's like, Phil's gonna get some money, but if these stocks do exactly what they're expected to do, I mean, shit. One of you guys could net roughly about 100 grand or more just
That'd be
based
crazy.
on some of these, and it's like if you sell at the right time. But but then again, there's the part of me in the back of my head that just sees Wolf of Wall Street where I'm like, is everybody getting fucked right now? But
Yeah.
I don't think
Manny,
so.
does that have anything to
be.
do with the fact that you see people come in every? I mean, I know you're not a teller necessarily, but
Yeah.
but at some point you were, I think.
Oh,
He's more of a
and-
listener.
Stupid. Oh man.
and you just constantly see the public's I mean, you see what they have in their bank accounts, and you see how terrible people are doing or well, and it
Yeah,
probably
man. I'll put it-
that informs you, right? For
I'll
your
put it
bank-
like this. So not at the current company I'm working at, but at the previous one. A guy who got beat up by Snoop Dogg got, 100 grand, probably a little bit more as a settlement. Came in, wanted to open an account because he wanted to cash out the check. And I was like, all right, man, well, this money, you want to make it last as long as possible. So let's
He's
get
not
you
trying to hear that, man.
exactly.
So
So
it's like
you
for
know,
shizzle.
right. But I mean, like, dude, you got your ass whooped on stage in front of like 50,000 people, and all of a sudden now you get 100 to 150,000, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, would you be all right if we just get you with somebody to talk about like you investing your money, making it last, because you want to look in the future and maybe say, hey, I've got money from this horrible, incident. And he's like, yeah, eventually. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. So we open the account. Literally, I shit you not, less than a month later,
Yeah.
gone. Like,
Gone.
bought cars and nothing. So, and then it's like, I'm
Damn.
sure he's living in an apartment, probably had to repossess the car at some point.
Jesus.
Got
Yeah.
your
It's
ass
like-
kicked by a dog, but you
Yeah.
the bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, but I mean, like, dude,
Oh,
it's.
shit.
I mean, that's the thing
Little
is,
grandma's
like,
boy.
until you understand wealth on a different level, you'll never be able to break the cycle of poverty.
Yeah, man. You got to understand the true value behind a dollar, as opposed to it's a thing. I remember back in my past, man, money, when I would get money, it was literally a thing that it was this one tangible thing that I would trade for the thing that I wanted that you had.
Yeah.
And that was as far as it went. And because you were going to get some more of those little paper bills to trade more things later.
Right.
But then, that can catch up with you for sure.
Mhm.
And until you understand like the value behind it, not some fucking old man way. I'm talking about truly understand the value of that cash. Just
Yeah.
understand
yeah.
it. Respect
Dude,
it.
I think that the moment I really kind of understood, like Phil's right though. I mean, I've seen people blow through it. I've seen people, I've seen the guy who comes in the bummiest ass clothes. He's got the most money because he's not worried about what everybody else is thinking. And then you got the guy who comes in, he's like balling out of control with his clothes and he's overdrawn. Like
Driving
I can't
a
tell
new
you,
car.
driving a new
Yeah.
car that's,
Right.
probably his mom's car. But, that's why I think I'm so. But also I had friends that when I was making like $12 an hour as a teller, they were making 70 grand to 80
Yeah.
grand. And this is like early 2000s. And I'm like, fuck, they have savings. And I saw somebody's like bank, I saw their balance one time and I'm like, damn, this dude has like 20 grand in the bank saved. And I'm just like, that's what I want to do. So I've always been about, trying
dope.
to, I never want to go back to that point I was when I was struggling, so that's.
And dude, if I didn't have $500,000 in my savings right now,
Right.
I wouldn't be blowing this kind of money. I'd be like, hey, no, I just want to relate to the people. So if I,
There's a really, really great book that I read when I was a lot younger. Well, first and foremost, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but the other one was called The Millionaire Next Door.
Who are
And-
you?
yeah, this is a weird version of you, dude.
this is
love
the
it.
version of me I like to be.
Like
yeah.
I'd hang out with this version.
Yeah.
This
The Millionaire Next Door is really cool because it talks about like what you were talking about, Manny, how the millionaire doesn't really care about what other people think. Normally they're the guy driving, a used hoopty type car that they can pay for in cash.
Right.
They're buying, they budget everything like per year, so they're buying like just all of their like fucking Goodwill clothes or whatever.
Mhm.
And like they just don't really get loans or buy anything new. It's
Yeah.
sad because I mean, I say it's sad, but they're happy, so that's all that matters, I guess. But I have a couple friends that are gonna get married, I think this coming year, and they have 2 new cars, his and hers, and then they
Mhm.
just bought a brand new house in a brand new development. It's like literally a new house. And I just
Dude.
it
Yeah.
looks cool on paper,
Overextended.
it looks cool to everybody, but I just know that they're not going to get a break for so long
Yeah.
because they have all this shit to pay off, and
That's
it's
yeah,
like-
that's another thing though. My mom taught me to always live within your means because her and my dad lived outside of their means and lost the house, couldn't buy another house for I couldn't tell you how many years. But I gotta say, Phil, dude, you are like killing it on this episode. The only thing that is like ruining it is that it looks like you're swimming in piss from the color
Yeah,
that's behind
dude,
you.
it's like your walls have Hep C.
I'm in a Super 8. What can I say?
Fucking
Wasn't my
jaundice.
choice.
I was also going to say, Sean, what's crazy about that 500,000 you have? It's nuts that you keep it at your house. It's
I
in the
know.
bed, under the mattress, right
Well,
side.
dude, and I already told you too. I got a guy coming out in like a month or two. He's putting a lock on this fucking front door
Yeah,
finally.
dude. I
So-
mean, luckily you live in a nice area at 731 Hawthorne Avenue in
Actually, dude,
Pasadena.
we're gonna have to wrap this up because my hotel room I'm staying at tonight. They just called and said it's
Oh,
ready.
are you
so
just a few doors down?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good band.
man.
So
Oh, there it is. Great.
Okay, let me go over my other stocks. I also
Yeah.
today I bought 15 shares of a GameStop at the time it was $104.67. Right now I am down $220 on
So
the
where does that
GameStop.
sit? Why is GameStop on its way down, or did it do its
It's down
thing?
right now. But the thing, did you see the thing I sent you of Volkswagen?
Yeah.
In 2008, it went started going up.
Same shit.
Then it crashed, and they were like, everybody's like, this is where we're at right now. And then it fucking to the moon.
Yeah. Okay,
So
that's
So another thing that I'm curious about is the fact that did everything like people say, oh, keep holding, like it's gonna go crazy. Did we already miss it? You know what I mean?
No, go ahead.
Because
Sorry.
the
No,
AMC
go ahead,
the
son.
AMC went up to $17-19, and for some people that bought in it was fucking $2-3, and if they bought in for 10 100 thou, when it went up to 19 or whatever they sold, I mean they would have made a fuck ton of money. So for me, I was thinking maybe it's not that big of a jump for me with only $100 in, but for somebody else that could be a huge amount of growth, and now it's over. You know what I mean?
Well, I think from what they're saying, this so as far as the AMC stock goes, they're expecting it to hit 1,000 a share by Friday. So if it did,
I'll
Nuts.
lose my fucking guts if that happens.
oh my God, Jay would be
I have
I'm quitting work and
548
retiring.
shares.
Okay, I'm gonna buy another
Wait,
100
you
right
said
now.
148?
No, 548.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm saying so that. Oh no, sorry, not AMC, GameStop.
That's
Oh,
that
Supposed to hit
500,000.
1,000.
Yeah,
So,
I have 15.
yeah.
15.
Yeah. But I mean, still, I mean, that's
AMC is supposed to do real well too, man, and they're all.
and I think
following
it was
that
supposed to be
same
at
pattern.
500 or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So I mean, literally, you might be able to, and I don't know if it'll happen, but you could net over, a $500,000.
Isn't that
So
crazy?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so GameStop, I'm down right now $220. I put in 1,350 in GameStop, and then last one, Nokia, I bought 340 shares. I
$340.
Yeah, no shit. No, at the time I bought it at $5.35. I'm down $278 right now. $1,540 I bought 340 shares of that. So those are my those. Manny, why don't you? I know you're gonna be like, nah, but then you just won't do it though. But
Yeah.
I will give you $100 to play with.
yeah. No, okay. You know what? I will do it tomorrow. I will put
There we
100
go. There we go.
on it. I have.
on AMC.
You can lose. I mean, it's
I
when you're
mean,
comfortable
AMC
losing.
is only one stock. I mean, well, I guess I get 900 if it were to do what it's
Yeah,
supposed to do.
there
But
you
you can be a
go.
part of it though and watch it, and that's part of this whole thing. Fuck
Right,
the
right,
money
right.
part. It's being in the game.
You know
But
what?
dude,
You know what
yeah.
the thing was for me for so long was that Bank of America used to make us jump through these hoops. I don't work for them anymore, but we had to
Oh.
get clearance in order to buy stock because they wanted transparency for the company. So, and I don't know if my company now does that, but I let me double check. As long as they're okay with it, then I'll oh my God, I'll
Okay.
ask
Yeah,
first
Jay,
thing in the
I'm
morning.
Do
Last
it. Have your
question.
wife do it.
I got a last
Jesus.
question.
Have the
for,
person that
for-
wears the pants do it. Have her do it.
Good idea. Last question for anybody that thinks they can answer it. But when people try to do a run on the bank, right? And there's just, especially Manny,
Like
there's
ski
just
mask.
obviously there's not enough there's
Like
not enough money
literally
on
run
hand.
up. Who
No,
are
no,
you?
no.
God damn.
There's not enough money on hand, right, for a
Oh,
bank to
okay.
pay out all of the
Mhm.
money that everybody comes to the bank wants to withdraw, right? If they wanted
Yeah.
to withdraw everything that they owned. Now, what happens if GameStop, AMC, whatever, let's say it goes up to $1,000 a share, and everybody at once all wants to sell their shares? Is there enough there to cover everybody's payment from wherever the fuck it's coming from?
I guess
Oh, yeah.
the one question I've always had is, don't you have to have somebody who's going to buy it back, or how does
They
that work
have
on-
to buy it. See, that's
Oh,
what you
okay.
have. Is you
They
have
borrowed off of it.
Yeah, so that's the key to this. Is this isn't just happenstance, like, hey, let's all get on some of these poor performing companies and buy a bunch of stock. No, it's that these stocks have been shorted, and you can actually see that data. You can see that information and become educated
Gotcha.
on what's been shorted. Not only that, but where it's shorted too. So there's like shorts at 40, 30, 20, 10.
But again,
5,
if those billionaires or whatever who borrowed against it run out of money from paying everybody out on what they borrowed, then where's the rest of it coming from?
they're fucked. Those people are all fucked. Our money is with GameStop or with AMC or whatever. Like AMC's worth, $2.8 billion now because of us, and
Right.
it wasn't.
Right.
And earlier today, it was worth $3 billion. So, no, what's going to end up getting screwed is all the people that the hedge fund people invested those
Gotcha.
people's
I'm
money.
just saying, if we bankrupt them, they don't
Which is
have any more
theirs.
to pay us.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
asking.
That's
what I
does. So no,
They'll- yeah.
that does bring up a good question. So I
Oh,
guess
I see what you're saying.
you know, I've always wondered, and let me ask lawyer Sean this: if the hedge fund is structured as an LLC versus a corp, and they just file bankruptcy, can they do that where they don't have to pay you out because of, you know, they're like, oh well, we didn't have the money, we filed chapter, you know, whatever bankruptcy.
I don't know much about this, but
Okay.
I would imagine though that the Security and Exchange Commission is you're way tight. Like you're not just some LLC living in the world. You're an
Right.
LLC that's now like got the SEC on you and
Yeah.
regulations, and I'm sure there's bonds that are paid and insurance and all this shit.
And we're probably looking at like a Bernie Madoff type thing where somebody's going to jail.
I mean,
after.
dude, we're probably gonna find some real dirty shit that was going on out of this. This is
Yeah.
gonna be a big
I mean,
eye opener.
They're making a movie or a TV show
Yeah,
apparently
they're already talking
based
about
on it. Yeah, yeah.
And I also
Nice.
do, oh yeah, with the GameStop shit.
Dope.
Yeah.
Good,
And
man.
I don't
good.
think I think honestly I think it's changed forever now with this, because people now see how much they can affect it. And what I mean by that, change forever, either this will be something that they can do moving forward, or laws and rules are going to be changed, but it's going to be changed across the board for everybody. But I
Right.
think this is a fucking huge impact. I remember a story. This is just speaks to like when the people band together to be like, fuck you to a corporation. I remember hearing this story like in a customer service training at some company. I don't know the company, and I haven't even verified if this is true. But what the story
Oh, then
was,
say it for sure.
yeah, I will.
Yeah.
It was there was like a cable company or before, or maybe it was a phone company. I think it was a phone company before they had the big splits. And everybody, like this company was known for, everybody hated them, horrible customer service, fucking up on billing, blah blah blah. So what everybody did is they canceled their accounts, sent their final payment plus 1 penny. And then they said, I want my refund, my penny you owe me. And the company went bankrupt because of the postage. They had to pay.
Postage.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh, kind of an interesting story now, isn't it, Sean? You cunt.
Fucking brilliant.
See, yeah, and that's
Whoa.
one of those things. I want to Google that after this.
That's great.
I think, by the way, with all this, I know we've said it a couple times, but just to put a button on it, lawyer Sean, because they say this all the time in Reddit. They're like, "This is not legal advice. I'm an ape, or I'm a monkey. I don't know what I'm saying." So, legal Sean, can you just?
I'll just repeat this all the time. We're 4 idiots that know nothing about finance when it comes to stocks and how to work within that. So don't listen to a single thing that we say. Money has a value. Please use it responsibly.
Yes,
There you
and
go.
I'll
Intended
step
for
in.
Intended for
as-
entertainment purposes only.
Yeah,
Oh, there,
I'll-
that.
Yeah, and I'll step in for as PC Manny. Ape is not referred to any type of racially, charged thing. So
Yes.
this is
Fuck.
people are talking about their
Jesus
their
Christ.
stupidity based
Yes.
on
Yeah, if that was
Just
any
just in case anybody
Oh
out there
my
is like,
God.
you know what I mean? What the fuck did he just say? You know
God
what I mean?
damn, that makes yeah.
What was that, Phil?
I did the Charlton Heston. Oh my God.
Damn dirty ape.
My dead hand. So all right, so we're gonna give updates on this. We may have a special HollingsWorthless coming out Saturday. Depends
Cool.
on what happens this week. And
Something's gonna happen, I think. One way or
yes.
the other, something is going to
Yeah, you know what?
happen.
Let's just agree. We'll have
Yeah.
something, even if it's it may be a short one, may only be like 15-20 minutes, but we'll give you an update of where we're at with the stonks, as
Yeah.
they say on Reddit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oops, I'm looking at the notes on what other shit we were gonna go over. Okay, we hit that. Yeah, Manny, you mentioned it's already being made in the movie. SpaceX civilian test flight explodes. Oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Was that the landing? It exploded on landing?
Yeah, flew 6 miles up, and they're talking.
Damn.
They were just interviewing Elon Musk, talking about hey, it's not a perfect thing. There's not 0% chance of injury, but we're gonna make it as low as possible for civilians to be able to go up and then come back down, and then all of a sudden your next test flight just fucking explodes on landing. So
It's like, I'm ready to go. Oh, maybe I'll wait a little bit. Really quick, Phil, are you looking up listener emails?
I would love to be able to announce that we have some listener emails, but that would be dependent upon our listeners. So please send us some email. Hey, at fucking hwppod@gmail.com.
There's the Phil that we know. The other side.
hwppod@gmail.com.
Wait, say it one more time, because one time
yeah, it's okay. I was thinking of my own personal email account, which would not help the situation. So please email us at hwppod@gmail.com. That's hwppod@gmail.com.
You still fucked it up. Jesus. hwppod@gmail.com.
That.
And he steps on you twice when you're doing it.
Jesus
So it
Christ.
still fucks up.
HWP pod.
I was looking up something
Oh my
cool.
fuck. hwppod@gmail.com. All right. Holy fuck.
There's a Super Bowl commercial that's coming out that has it's the first civilian space mission. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
Well, anyway.
Hey, but Manny, why don't you tell your Amanda Knox story?
Do you really want me to?
Anyway, it was coupling with whatever you were talking about.
God.
Hey, we don't have any emails? Is that was a long-winded way of saying we don't have any emails to read?
Yeah, we don't get them.
Jesus, I've been waiting the whole time. All right.
Oh, I love it. All right.
Yes, we'll wrap it up with
Manny's story.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
wrap on Manny's Amanda Knox story. And now I'll say this for you, Manny, or you can fucking adjust it. But this is a joke that you do, so I don't know if you're gonna just tell the story as it happened, or you're gonna tell it with like when I tell people like my shit, I'm like, I tell this joke in the story, but this really happened.
I mean, the funny thing is the joke isn't too far from there's not a lot of exaggeration. This is I'd say 95% true. But
so for the people at home, should we explain who Amanda Knox is real quick so they have a setup?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll explain it throughout the joke.
Okay, cool.
This is because I didn't know who she was. So, we live in a weird industry where you meet a lot of celebrities, but you don't always know they're celebrities. Case in point, all of us came from Seattle, right? And a lot of times at the club that we worked at, Parlor, Seahawks would come in, and you don't know who these dudes are. So one night, Russell Wilson comes in with Justin Britt and Tyler Lockett, right? Justin Britt is a 6'6", 300 mammoth of a man, clearly a football player. Russell Wilson brought us. Yeah, Russell Wilson brought us our first championship. And then Tyler Lockett, I didn't know who he was at the time. 5'10" guy, balding. And because Russell Wilson was such a nice guy, I thought he had just brought one of his Make-A-Wish Foundation kids with him and shit. So, swear to God, I thought he was just, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, nice to meet you, and I was like, maybe one day you'll get to play with Russell. Horrible exchange. Tyler still hates me.
You said that?
Yeah. And he was like, dude, I played for the team. I was like, oh,
did
fuck.
you go like this to his head?
No, I should have, but he was balding. So, I thought that he, so I felt bad. So it was, but that happens, right, in this industry. And most recently, and this is a few years back, I was doing a podcast with a buddy. His name is Silas. We did this show called Black and a Half, and we would interview book authors.
Please don't plug other shit on here.
Yeah, I know. Fuck this show.
I'm just kidding.
So anyways, we interview a book author, and the book author brings in his girlfriend. She's sitting in the corner. She's just knitting. Towards the end of the podcast, this guy's got to go to the restroom. So my buddy takes him to the restroom. I'm sitting there talking with the girl. She's knitting a Super Mario Brother quilt for him. They come back in. We wrap up. They leave, right? My buddy is like, hey, man, what'd you think of Amanda? And I was like, oh, dude, she's super hot, nerdy like us. This dude is fucking winning in life. And he was like, yeah, you would never think she allegedly murdered somebody. I was like, what? I was like, dude, what are you talking about? He was like, that was Amanda Knox you were alone in the room with. I was like, why does that name sound so familiar? He was like, that was the same Amanda Knox who allegedly murdered somebody in Italy and got away with the shit. I was like, hold up a minute, Silas.
Did he really say allegedly every time? Or are you adding that right?
No, yeah. He said allegedly because and
I'd be like, dude, that bitch killed somebody.
Right?
I'm in the room with a fucking murderer,
dude. And so that's what I say to him. I'm like,
female OJ.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you left me alone in a room by myself with an alleged murderer with two sharp fucking objects. You know what I mean? And so, anyways.
Whoa, Phil, why would you flip off Manny while he's
not cool, dude? He's telling the
Black
story.
History Month, dude.
Yikes.
Whatever.
Towards
Sean.
So, anyways, I tell him that's the equivalent of me leaving my wife, who's white, alone in a room with OJ, and she doesn't know who the fuck OJ is, right? And so I'm at I'm at a show one night. and probably, one of the blackest shows I've ever been a part of, where there's no white people in the audience. And and I go up on stage and I tell this joke. I get off stage and I actually added one more tag, and I was like, it would be like me leaving my niece alone in a room with R. Kelly, and she doesn't know who R. Kelly is, right? Crowd laughs. I get off stage, whatever.
But then they're all like, "Who's Amanda Knox?"
Yeah,
saying that name.
Exactly. So security pulls me to the side after the show, and they're like, "Hey, man, there's these 3 white girls that are fucking pissed at you." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even say anything racist tonight. Why are they mad?" Right? So
tonight.
Yeah, exactly right. So I go out in the hallway, and there's this girl with hoop earrings, long fingernails, like those kind where I don't know how you wipe your ass completely. You know what I mean? Like, and she, I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" And she's like, "Yo, you're a fucking bitch." I'm like, "Whoa." And she's like, "Yeah, you're a hoe ass motherfucker." And I'm like, "Slow down." Yeah. And I was like, "Who are you?" She was like, she's like, "My name
Whitey.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like, "My name is Ashley." I'm like, "Okay." And she was like, "Ashley Knox." I'm like, "Oh, fuck." Right. So
Damn.
apparently her sister, and the rest of their family were sitting in there when I told the joke on stage. And I'm just like, God damn it. Right. And she sits there and she berates me, and she's like, "Yo, you sat here and compared my sister to OJ. Difference is my sister was found not guilty." And I'm like, "So was OJ. They didn't mean he didn't fucking do it." You know what I mean? I didn't say that out loud, but I kept it in my head. Then she's like, "My sister just wants to live her life," and I'm just like, "Oh, you mean like that chick she killed?" But once again, I said it in my head, didn't say it out loud, right?
Hey, hold up. I got a question
Yeah.
though. So you said that you had seen Amanda, you were in the same room as Amanda Knox.
Yeah.
Before this show, and now just like happenstance, here she is, or was there a reason?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So
right.
I guess her sister, the one who confronted me, was a big fan of the comic that night.
Ah.
But literally, it was this comic named Just Hilarious, and I mean, it was a Sunday show, and it was like literally, I guarantee you, there were probably 4 white people in the whole audience, right? So, anyways, back in the thing. So
Jesus, Phil.
Whatever.
Got it.
Shut up.
So, anyways,
Let me tell a story.
I apologize. I'm like, look, it's a dumb joke. I won't fucking tell it anymore or whatever, right? So I get I go back, and there's about an hour in between the next show. And the guy who managed my career at the time was like, "Dude, you got to tell that fucking story, on stage again, because you got a better chance of winning the Powerball than that shit really happening, right?" And I was like, "Nah," I told him I wouldn't tell it. But then, it starts kind of festering in my mind, and I'm like, "You know what? Like, I got to tell it, because this is stranger than, what do they say? Stranger than fiction. Yeah.
Yeah, you
stranger
could
than
also be like, "Hey, man, that joke, much like your sister, kills. I gotta keep doing it."
So anyways, I go back on stage, and second show starts, and I'm like, I literally look out at the crowd. I'm like, "Are there any Knoxes in the audience?" Nobody makes any noise. So I'm like, I'm safe. So I tell it just like I told you guys, this time with the OJ tag on there, with the one about my sister wants to live her life in peace, right? And so I tell it, but in hindsight, I realized there was a light that went on in the back of the audience, and somebody was recording me. So they recorded the whole shit, sent it to her sister. I get home, long ass message on fucking Facebook talking
This
about
chick's connected.
Yo, and she's like, "Yo, bitch." She's like, "Didn't I tell you to shut the fuck up? I'm fucking coming for you. I know where you fucking live."
Damn.
I'm like,
LOL,
"Yo,
yeah.
yeah."
Right.
And I was like, and I was like, "Yo, it was just a joke." And look, I felt some kind of way afterwards. This is how comedians retaliate. So you know what? I'm sorry. She's like, "It's too late, bitch. You better watch your back." All this stuff, and I'm just like, "Are you really making threats online?" She's like, "No, I'm not making threats. I'm just saying I'll ruin your career." I'm like, "What fucking career? I was at the parlor on a Sunday night. You know what I mean?" And like, I don't have a fucking career. So anyways, I accidentally thumbs up her comment, accidentally liked the shit, and didn't know how to thumbs up it. So the next day, I'm at work. I'm still feeling bad about the whole thing. Yeah, seriously, right? And so Amanda hits me up the next day, and she's like, "Hey, man,
Amanda Knox.
She hit me up.
Wow.
Message. I still have all the messages.
She's like, "Hey, is this Manny?
Yeah, exactly.
Do we have a problem?"
Could we maybe meet? Where are you at right now?
Dude, it was crazy. So and here's the thing, me personally, I don't think Amanda did it, you know what I mean? And that's just my thing, because when you meet her, I'll be real with you. She's the nicest, most frail person. I don't think she could have.
So was
So
Ted
was
Bundy.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. Yeah. But anyways,
Ted
I don't.
Bundy, they say Ted Bundy was hot too.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I don't think she did the shit. But anyways,
Is that so you can keep telling the joke?
yeah.
You have to say that at the end.
But long ass message. She was like, "Yo, Manny, just want to say, I'm
You're
friends with-"
fucking dead.
Yeah. She's like, yo, I'm friends with comics. I would never tell you not to tell that. But it just hurt, she said basically because I went off of tabloids and not, I met her once and I should have, gave her the benefit of the doubt. And I do feel bad. I do, but, not bad enough not to tell the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
but
a good
dude,
story.
But you should have seen her though when he was doing his fucking baby killing joke. She was dying laughing.
Jesus. You know what's funny though? When we all like when we talked about it in the hallway when her sister was confronting me, I literally was like, "Did you guys watch the last Chappelle special?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, did you laugh at the OJ shit?" And they're like, "That's different." I was like, "It's the same
No,
fucking
you
thing."
can't pick and choose,
That's
man.
what I'm saying, right?
That's
So
like
anyways,
OJ's brother or something getting back to Dave, It's,
Exactly. So anyways,
Yeah.
long story short, the joke ends with me basically saying, I don't think that Amanda did it. I think that her sister flew up on vacation and set her up and, fucking did the shit. But I mean, literally me and Amanda had squashed it. I think that they were more concerned about me pressing charges, which if I ever end up dead, you know who did it. It was Amanda
All right.
Knox's sister, but yeah.
But let's get to the meat of this
I'd
though.
bone
So,
Amanda
when,
Knox,
so you
though.
guys hooked up.
So
What was it
bad.
like? What was
No.
that about?
Yeah,
But she, I
She
kid
is
you not.
hot.
I kid you not. Like she was one of those girls who you don't fear her. You just fear the people she probably knows. And she's like, "Hey, yo, DeAndre, go kill that motherfucker." You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit. Yeah.
No,
but I mean,
crosses the street
DeAndre
when
died in
DeAndre
Italy
shows
too.
up.
yeah. But in hindsight, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Like, I mean, as much as I don't like her sister, that was what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to go to bat for her sister and be like, "Yo, fuck you, motherfucker,"
Manny.
But I mean, not like
this
not
is the little fucking
nah.
this is lawyer Sean at the
In
end.
case
Yeah.
this is recorded and Manny
Yeah.
just knows
No,
that there's a fucking chance.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
your lawyer says you should have taken her into an alleyway, dealt with her.
Jesus. But yeah, no, that was some crazy shit, man. And it's, I actually got an offer from somebody at Comedy Central to tell that on This Isn't Happening, and I turned it down, believe it or not.
Wow.
So
What the fuck?
I'm a dumbass.
Great
I know.
story.
Yeah.
It's a great
Dude.
story.
But the
I-
joke wasn't finished yet. So and now it is, and I might take the person back up if it's still airing. I don't know if it is. But
Yeah, it is. What's his face host it?
yeah,
No,
Roy.
this is,
Roy was
this
the
is
person
not
who was like-
happening anymore.
Yeah, seriously. But anyway, yeah, Roy hit me up and was just like, we talked about it. He was like, "Yeah, you should tell this shit." And I was like, maybe. So fuck you, Phil.
Yeah, well,
yeah, crazy story.
So buy the fucking stock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't pass
But-
up on that. Like,
Yeah.
just $100, Manny.
Yeah, yeah.
Manny needs a manager. You need a
Yeah.
manager.
He
that
did have
handles this
one.
shit.
You see how that worked?
Okay. I just mean
mean,
for everything. Like, no,
Yeah.
dude, Manny, check it out. So you're gonna do this $100 thing they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Also, when that bitch calls you up again, fucking let me know. I'll
Yeah,
handle
connect
it.
me to that.
Thirdly,
yeah.
I'm
I
calling
need
Comedy
white. I need
Central.
white Jay-Z. I need white Jay-Z.
Fuck.
All right, let's go over some plugs, and we will do you know what, actually, let's make an announcement. I didn't even tell you guys this. I want to try and see, we'll see. I want to try and use StreamYard Friday when we record.
all right.
Shit,
And
nice.
we might be able to do it live, and yeah, we usually do it around 6 p.m. Pacific time, so you may see a link go up. I might tweet something out being like, "Hey, we're doing HollingsWorthless live on StreamYard." It also may not work, and then we'll have to record this, but we're going to do a special one that we're going to record Friday, and it'll come out Saturday. But
Which
other
is-
than that,
That's good too because I actually have to fly out on Friday night to get to Greenfield, Kentucky, which is the egg capital of the world, and I'll be doing a live show which is already sold out, strictly online. Cracking yolks.
Look at Phil. Just nodding off.
it's crazy.
Hey,
Dude,
Phil, sorry he didn't hear that. Cracking yolks.
Dude, it's amazing how much success every one of your shows is sold out, dude. I mean, that's good on you, Sean.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I know it seems weird that none of you have any. I can't get you like an access to that video feed because there is like a hard 3001. I can't get you in.
Yeah, and
Sold
I mean,
out, huh?
Well, Sean does the same shit Chappelle does, where when people come in, they have to put their phones in the they'll have to lock them up, so nobody can ever find Sean's shit online.
I started that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Manulus.
I'll probably be calling you guys from the cemetery. I may be dead after the story I just told, but hey, it's been a real fun life, and I thank you guys so much. But outside of that, just check me out on Love in Black and White. I don't even want to talk about the other podcasts. I wouldn't want to offend anybody on this show, but I just want to say shout out to Financial Phil. That motherfucker's on point tonight.
We'll see him next week. I think we'll see him on Saturday, probably.
Yeah, we'll see him on Saturday.
Friday.
Tune in.
And and buy that $100 so we can buy your coffin.
There you go. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Phyllis?
Like the animal, and I'm just tired. I'm back to doing the old construction gig. So, I'm just, nobody's going to see me. I'm not going to be anywhere except for inside my bed and work.
Cool, man. That's dope, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
Actually, I did, on the recovery update, I found a cool meeting here in Ellensburg that I went to on Sunday. That was actually, it was cool to be able to go to. I mean, they have AA and NA all over the world. So
hold on. I know we're wrapping up, but dude, are you out of the house now with those other folks and you're out in Ellensburg now? Is that what's going on?
Yes, for 4 nights. And yes, they allowed me to come over here.
Oh, that's dope.
It was a little, so I went skiing on Sunday and I drove from White Pass to Ellensburg, which is about an hour and a half. I have to pass by Yakima. And I will say, knowing that I had 4 nights by myself, my mind kind of started playing with me a little bit, but I called a friend of mine and talked to him as I drove through and by Yakima, and then got to Ellensburg, and immediately I was like, fuck, I need to go to a meeting. And so I went to a meeting. That's great. It was great. So yeah, normally with the disease and addiction, your mind fucking that phone is 1,000 pounds and you'd rather just go get high and not call anybody.
Did you bring the fleshlight? No.
Oh my God, you did.
It's gonna be a long night.
Oh fuck. All right, I'm at Big Irish J at everything, and shows coming up. I just got I will be at Laughs Unlimited in March, the 26th and 27th. There may be an additional day added on. Oh my God, you have it right there. If you show it to the camera and it's dripping, I'm gonna fucking vomit.
He can't. Don't show it to the camera, dude, because we're putting this on YouTube.
Oh, it's a product. It's sponsorship.
The vase
yeah,
for
it's
a
a
very small
flashlight.
flower.
It's a flashlight.
I hate what I saw.
What if I was using it the whole time I was recording? You guys wouldn't even know.
That's why he was nodding out. He was like, oh.
That's also why he was the smartest. He fucking shot out all his dumbness.
That makes sense now.
Did
he freeze?
He did. He fucking froze.
Dude, you look so stupid right now. Your face is fucking stupid. You look dumb.
The ultimate orgasm face.
He did so good up until then.
God.
St. Patty's Day, I think I'm going to be up in Washington in Tacoma. Stay tuned for announcements on that. But until I'm solo. I can't do it without Phil. That fucking
Thank
face.
God.
So until next week, here's me and Sean. Hi. Rate and review. Bye. Yeah. Still dead at fuck off, Sean. Okay, bye. If a person fucking listens to this till the end, you deserve a prize. Your prize is to go to iTunes and rate or review this podcast. Give it 5 stars, you motherfuckers. Fucking say something nice. Oh, you fucks. I'm dying right now. You motherfuckers. I've been doing this fucking piece of shit for 5 years. I'm averaging about 2 fucking reviews a year. Go fucking write some, you motherfuckers. Oh, fuck.
That is the realest I've ever heard you.
God.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?